Hello, I'm Michael. You've probably got my bio and company profile anyway, so I won't go into that. I just wanted to start by saying yesterday I had a very bad day. It was all due to our not-so-smart transportation system around London to Winchester. And by the time I got home at midnight, I was really very angry. And when I woke up this morning, I thought, I was going to come here and give a little TED chat, talking about how really clever we were with all the renewable plastics we convert into products that never have to be destroyed, or even talk about all the renewable clean energy that, I thought, no, if I try and do that, it's not going to work. So at about 10:30, I thought, right, I'm going to try something different when I come and talk to you. I'll explain the time. Oh, I just explained this. My other serious interest is Gandalf. I love Gandalf. I've also got a bad back. So, what's in the title? I don't know what it conjures up in your minds. The Perfect Disruptive. Anyone know the rest of it? Storm. So the perfect disruptive storm is when two or more forces combine and then become very angry. And the two elements that we're involved in are really coming from the Internet of Things and the physical things. The anger that we have adopted is an anger because we are going to completely disrupt construction. Well, we have one part of the storm, which is, we're developing the perfect construction system. The other part we don't have yet. That's one of the reasons I'm here. The digital part is racing ahead. Most of the people here are really into digital. And that's like a hare in the race. Construction is like a tortoise. And how on earth are we going to have the industry for smart cities and smart buildings if we don't make buildings that are capable of changing to meet the needs we have in the future? Okay, so typically we talk to a lot of people, but anger comes out again. We only really want to talk to people who are angry. And they're frustrated and they're fed up because they can see that buildings of the future are not going to live up to the digital expectations we have. And why is that a problem for all the guys that are not interested in construction? It's like my transport yesterday. You know what? Your lives are going to be miserable unless we've got the places we live, work, and play right and meeting the things that you really want them to do. So that's enough of the quick introduction. Now I think we're going to play a little game because, I'm not terribly good at standing up here speaking. So the game is this. 3 parts. Can I have a show of hands? Who is directly involved in physical construction? Anybody? Well, after all, this is an innovation festival, isn't it? So I'm not surprised. Who is involved in anything digital that indirectly is involved with construction? Ah, good. You're one. And lastly, who lives in a house or an apartment or a flat? Great. But some people don't, obviously, because maybe they're living in hotels, or maybe the people we're trying to help, they're probably just homeless. But most of us agree we all live somewhere. Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is just say hello to the person next to you. Just say hello and make contact. Do whatever you have to do. Nod your head. Do a fist. What my son calls it a fist shake. Is it like that? Or a high five. And the reason I want you to do that is in a moment I'm going to ask a question. And then I hope you can confer for a few moments. And then those brave enough will volunteer an answer. Okay. Third thing is, everyone who's got a business card, could you get it out and a pen? Please? You know, those of you who don't have business cards, you know, I wonder why you're here. Only joking. So on your business card, on the left-hand side, could you write a Y? And then on the right-hand side, put an N. And then in the middle, write TIO, Tango, India, Oscar, and then cross it out. So here's what I propose. If in a moment you like what you're hearing and you want to talk more, you'll circle the Y and give me your card. And I'll make this promise. I'll call you once, just once, and never again, unless you want me to. The other thing you can do is either circle no, you can give it to me and I'll make sure that my team never bother you again, or just not give me a card, which is fine. That's cool too. I'll explain the TIO in a moment at the end. And whoever gets it right, I will personally buy a bottle of champagne to, if you get it right. Okay. So here's the first question. What do you really hate about construction? What makes you mad? So take a moment or two, talk to those newfound contacts you've just made next to you, and just talk about it. Think about the first thing that comes into your head. I'm looking for anger here. Is it working? Are you playing the game? Well, everyone's talking. Maybe they're talking about something else. You're not talking to anyone, because... Well, talk on your phone. Ooh. Okay, how are we all doing? Is anyone brave enough to put their hand up and give me an answer? Good.
The slowness of construction because of all the regulations that have to be in place.
That's a good one. I like that.
So we said waste. Waste because of all the building materials being wasted. We said slow builders. There might be builders, the builders themselves. They might be annoying. We said also, we said noise, and what was the last one? Purpose. When there isn't a real purpose, or when things haven't been thought through well before being even executed.
Thank you. Anybody else like to volunteer, or do you all live in the perfect world that construction is not a problem?
We also said communication in terms of knowing how long things are going to take, people telling you where you're at, that sort of stuff as well.
How about over here? Is the team over here got anything they'd like to add? Oh, good.
Disruption to roads or pavements or local amenities when there's big construction going on. And we also talked about noise.
Anybody else? So nobody's got any problems in the digital world about this physical world that's not really going to work. Ah, somebody else.
Lawyers.
Lawyers. Yeah. They used to dig pits for lawyers, didn't they? Try and put them on at the bottom of them. So seriously, nobody else got any thoughts on why you hate construction? Or the things that affect your home and your life that you want to change?
It doesn't affect my home and my life, but I think greed and how it can ruin history a little bit. When you look at the London skyline, there's construction popping up everywhere. Do we need all of it, or could we work with the buildings that are already there?
So that's really about making bad decisions based on the wrong solutions that become expensive mistakes, right? Nobody else? Aha.
I think when it comes to residential properties, it's all about the number of rooms. It's not really servicing. It's not like you're a growing family. You know, you start off with one room, but you don't have any kids, and then all of a sudden you have kids and you have to move. It's fixed.
Okay, so it's flexibility of size and scope to change things, yeah? Okay. Well, in the interest of keeping this as short as possible, what I'll do now is just sum up, and then you can all move on. Thank you for those who actually contributed their answers. I think that if I was to say, you've talked about some of the things that really make us very angry. Somebody said that how quickly you can put things up. Others said how much waste is involved. I think someone said the affordability they were talking about. And there were quite a few other things that were on their minds as problems. So if I were to say, we believe we've got those solutions worked out, and many, many more, because we think about pollution, we think about noise, we think about how do you change things into the size, and you think about what you need to do to construction. I remember when I was a child, my father bought me lots of Lego bricks, and I had endless time building and playing with them. And whatever I created, I imagined it was real. Well, isn't that what we need? Fortunately, my son, who played with the same Lego bricks that I did, well, he's taken that one step further. And his ambition is to really make Lego real. And what difference is that going to make for all of us? So if you like what I'm beginning to talk about, it's not a TED talk, just mark the Y and give me your card. If not, well, don't worry, we're not going to waste each other's time and talk to each other. TIO, who knows the answer to that? TIO with a cross in it. Anybody? Well, it means think it over. Frankly, if you want to think things over, it means that you're not angry. You don't really want to change things. Anyway, thank you very much.